Hello people, welcome to another episode of Grand Football TV, and it is yours truly, Mr. Chigs. How are we doing? Yes, it is game week 2. We are here, game week 2, 36 more to go. Yeah, so game week 2, we're going to be looking at the games and what we have predicted in Grand Football and see what you also predict in game week 2. Remember, any comments you have, leave them in the comment section and I'm sure we'll be able to see what you have to say. Yeah, so let's look at the games. So we'll start off with the game kicking off on Friday. Crystal Palace versus Manchester City. Man City narrowly winning their last game against Bournemouth, but this time they're going away, so this is a different ball game. Crystal Palace were not so great against Everton, so what Crystal Palace is going to turn up, because I'm not sure where to place Crystal Palace at the moment, considering Glasner's gone and a few players are still unsettled and some injured. So I'm going to go for City to beat Crystal Palace. I think this one would finish Man City 2, Crystal Palace 0. Yep. Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest. That looks like an interesting game, but both teams not fully settled yet. We see that Liverpool are almost getting one of their players that they're trying to sign over the line in Barcola, and Nottingham Forest have got their man in Liam Delap. I'm not sure why they have paid that much for him, but maybe Glasner knows more than we do about Delap. We'll see in the coming weeks how good he is. But yeah, not sure if both of them are going to be in the squad, because I don't think the Barcola deal's completely done yet before the weekend games. But for this game, Liverpool need to win. It wasn't a great showing in their first game where they drew 2-2 against Newcastle. Newcastle gave a good fight. So this one, I feel they would want to win and win comfortably. Iraola has to get a good win under his belt, and I think he will get it. I'm going to go for Liverpool to beat Nottingham Forest 3-0. Bournemouth versus Everton. Bournemouth v Everton. Bournemouth losing their first game, Everton winning their first game. So this one is a bit of a very tricky one. But Bournemouth are at home. You remember, under Iraola, they were very good at home. They went unbeaten for quite a long time last season before finally losing to Manchester City in their first game of this season. So I think this game will be very interesting. I think Everton will have something to say in this game, and for that reason I'm going to go for stalemate. I'm going to go for the points to be shared between both of them, and I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. Coventry versus Hull City, the two newly promoted teams meeting very early in the season. Coventry didn't have a first great game, and Hull had a magnificent first game. So this game will be very interesting to see how this one goes. But I feel because of that confidence of Hull coming from that win against Manchester United, this game they would come with all that confidence, believing they can win this one as well. But Coventry need to get the first points on the board, and I'm going to say this one would end in a draw, in a 2-2 draw as well. Tottenham versus Newcastle. Tottenham had a poor showing in their first game, and Newcastle fought well against Liverpool, although they shared the spoils. So this one, I feel Tottenham need to win. I don't know how many of their new players would be embedded into this game, but in the Carabao Cup, we saw Savio come in and do some great things, scored a goal and gave an assist, and they look different in that game. So that might give them a lot of confidence going into this one to get the win that they need. And I'm going to go for Tottenham to beat Newcastle 2-1. 2-1. Chelsea versus Brighton. Remember last season, I think Brighton went there and beat them at their home ground, but it's a different manager, different ball game now. So I feel this one will be tight. It will be a very, very interesting game for Brighton, because they probably think they can go to Chelsea and cause some problems. They've even sold one of their scorers to Chelsea in Danny Welbeck. We're not sure if he's going to have any part in this game, but I see Chelsea winning narrowly though. I see them winning by the same margin they beat Fulham. They win again 3-2 against Brighton. Leeds versus Brentford. Brentford. Leeds had a very good game in their first game, and they played Forest again in the Carabao Cup and beat them again. So I'm sure they'll be buzzing with a lot of confidence going into this one for their home crowd. But the visitors are no pushovers in Brentford. Brentford have had, well, they've played well in their first game against Tottenham, and they also played well in the Carabao Cup. I can't remember who they played now, but they won as well. They beat whoever they had played. So they will be buzzing as well in confidence. And I feel this one would end in a draw. Sunderland versus Fulham. Sunderland gave their best in the first game against Ipswich, but they lost. And for this game, I don't know, for some reason I just feel like the Sunderland we know might not be the same this season, and I feel they'll probably lose again before they wake up. And I feel they would lose this one at home. They would lose to Fulham. Fulham beating Sunderland 2-1. Man United versus Ipswich. Man United, they need to step up from that last game, because before the fans get on their neck really badly. And I see this one ending with a Man United win. Ipswich might put up a good fight, but might just be undone going to Old Trafford and all that. So I see Man United beating Ipswich 2-0. Man United 2, Ipswich 0. Aston Villa versus Arsenal. Aston Villa, I don't know what's going on there. They've been ripped apart. Their team's been ripped apart. A lot of their players gone. I mean, they've brought in a few players, but some of them are probably not ready for this game. So it's a good time for Arsenal to play them in the league. So I see Arsenal going there and making a big statement. Arsenal beating Aston Villa 4-1. I see that happening. It might not, it might happen. We never know. Yeah. So, what are your own thoughts on the games? Let us know in the comment section, right? And I'm sure I'll see you in the next video, where we look at the team of the week and we also look at the review from all these games. Yeah, thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.
Don't check this.